I'm your host, BrightLearn, and today we have a truly eye-opening conversation that you won't want to miss. We're going to explore the alarming insights shared by Dane Wigington, a leading expert on climate engineering and geoengineering, in a recent interview with Mike Adams from BrightLearn.com. This is a topic that affects every single one of us, and it's time we pay attention. Mike Adams kicks off the interview by acknowledging Dane Wigington as a world expert on climate engineering and weather control technologies. He emphasizes that the increasing frequency of extreme weather events, like the devastating fires in California, is making it harder for people to dismiss the reality of weather manipulation. Dane agrees, highlighting the long-term impact of climate engineering on the hydrological cycle, particularly on the US West Coast since the mid-2000s. Dane explains that the California fires are not just a result of natural causes or accidental ignition. He points to the toxic elements found in the rain, such as aluminum, barium, and graphene, which are byproducts of climate engineering. These substances, he argues, are killing the soil microbiome and making the landscape more susceptible to fires. He also mentions military documents that discuss using wildfires as a weapon, further fueling speculation about the intentional nature of these disasters. The conversation takes a chilling turn as Dane reveals the potential for weather control technologies to be used as weapons. He describes how electrically conductive particulates in the atmosphere can be manipulated with frequency transmissions to create atmospheric pressure zones, which in turn can generate surface wind flows. This, he suggests, could be used to exacerbate fires, as seen in the case of Lahaina, where an anomalous high-pressure zone and a hurricane created a blowtorch effect. Dane doesn't shy away from naming those he believes are responsible. He mentions the US military and powerful entities behind the scenes, suggesting that local officials like California Governor Gavin Newsom are complicit in covering up these operations. He recounts a meeting with Newsom where he presented evidence of climate engineering, only to be met with feigned concern. The discussion expands to the global scale, with Dane emphasizing that the current trajectory of climate engineering is unsustainable and poses an existential threat to humanity. He argues that those in power are aware of this and are taking steps to protect themselves while leaving the rest of the population vulnerable. He cites examples like the Fukushima disaster and the ongoing construction of new nuclear power plants, despite the known risks. Mike brings up the topic of AI and its insatiable demand for energy, suggesting that governments are beginning to see consumer energy consumption as a threat to national security. Dane agrees, adding that climate engineering is detrimental to alternative energy sources like wind, hydro, and solar, further exacerbating the energy crisis. Dane calls for urgent action, urging listeners to focus on the biggest hole in the bottom of the boat, the climate engineering operations. He emphasizes the need to stop these operations before addressing other issues, as they are contaminating the air we breathe and the water we drink. Mike highlights the importance of decentralized food production and the need to end the suppression of alternative energy technologies. In a moment of philosophical reflection, Dane compares the current state of humanity to a cancer, where individual cells act in their own self-interest, without regard for the health of the host. He emphasizes the importance of exercising our will correctly and standing together to effect change, even at this late hour. Dane ends the interview with a powerful message. Any one of us could be the final pebble that triggers the landslide of awakening. He encourages listeners to take action, no matter how small, and to never underestimate the impact they can have. He also mentions the Dimming documentary, which is available on the Geoengineering Watch website, as a resource for those wanting to learn more. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the BrightLearn podcast. I hope this conversation has opened your eyes to the urgent issues we face and the importance of taking action. Remember, we are all in this together, and every effort counts. If you want to learn more, visit geoengineeringwatch.org and check out the Dimming documentary. As always, thank you for your support, and I'll see you in the next episode. God bless and take care.
This has been a BrightLearn.ai summary of an interview between Dane Wigington and Mike Adams on January 15, 2025. The full interview is available at brighteon.com, where you can also find podcasts and special reports by Mike Adams and other creators. Visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage of this interview and breaking news on critical stories that will keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.